NBC's coverage of the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400 is brought to you by KFC. There's fast food, then there's KFC. By Napa Auto Parts. Napa, we keep America running. And by Sears. Only Sears has the brands you want at the prices you need. Sears. Where else? Cleaning up down inside of turn 1. Ward Burton has climbed from that mangled Dodge and walked away. Ron Hornaday has driven his car from the accident scene. Here's what happened.
Well, it looks to me like 24 car got in the left rear quarter of the 14 car and just got a little bit sideways getting off the corner, BP.
Yeah. And somehow Jeff Gordon, as we see Ward Burton just run into the 14 car and destroy the front end of the 22 Caterpillar Dodge. All right, here we go. The Army helicopter will take us down into turn 3. We see Hornaday on the outside, Jeff Gordon on the inside. And watch as he come off turn 4. Right. Just a touch. That way you really couldn't tell it. And I thought that Todd Bodine from the other angle was closer to Jeff Gordon than he really was.
Take one more look here. That's a tough angle too.
Like Gordon's car, the nose just kind of slid when he came up off the corner.
Which is what happens here at Dover. I mean, these cars just jump off the bottom of the racetrack, getting up against the wall.
And you know, Ron Hornaday still has not hit anything until the 22 car comes along and runs in the back of him. He had not hit anything.
Yeah. Is that Jeff Burton that just squeaked through down on the apron? Yeah.
Apron in the grass.
Just about.
There's a good shot of the contact there.
And Hornaday spins down, does not hit the outside wall, which I first thought he did.
There's Ward trying to sneak down the bottom and just had nowhere to go. And like you said earlier, it's a problem here at Dover. You can't get away from the race. The crash, I mean.
Go. On board with Mark Martin. Watch him run the back of the 10 car.
Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down.
And you could see Johnny Benson was waving. He had his hand up, trying to tell Mark to slow down. Just didn't get there quick enough.
From Ron Hornaday's back bumper.
Hornaday didn't know whether to hit the gas or hit the brakes.
Oh. I never Jeff Burton come flashing by. Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
A wild mess in the front stretch. Johnny Benson, what took place from your vantage point?
Well, I saw somebody spun the 14 car out. I thought everything was going to be really good. I mean, everybody's waving their hands, getting slowed down, and I got hit from behind, and probably didn't have nowhere to go. You know, I mean, everybody got slowed up and spun. I thought, man, if I keep it off the inside wall, I'm going to be great. But then I got the outside wall, and it just bent the lower A-frame. Just takes forever to change it. So we'll get it done, get the Valvoline Pontiac back out on track.
James Anson, Gary Putnam, and the Valvoline guys are busy at work behind us trying to save points because they are 10th in points. Bill?
Matt, Jimmy Fennig, Sean Parker, and the Viagra crew working on Mark Martin's Ford. A new radiator, new oil cooler. There's oil over the inside of the hood. He's got front nose damage to the back end of the car as well. Mark still sits in the car, helmet on, and window net up. And one reason for that is this has been an unbelievably frustrating season for these guys. Just cannot seem to get it to go. So another disappointing day in the frustrating year for Mark Martin. A long time here behind pit road fixing the Viagra Ford. Benson, Martin, Ward Burton, and Ron Hornaday, the four who have gone to the garage with damage from this accident. And you know, this is the third time today that Jeff Gordon has been involved in an incident or just missed an incident. Back at lap 21 when Bobby Labonte and Bill Elliott crashed off turn 2. He sliced his way through the middle of that one. At lap 79, he made contact with Ricky Craven up in turn 4, was racing for 8th spot, got that damage fixed, and now at lap 129 into Hornaday, bringing out this caution.
Let's watch from Mark's point of view. And this is what you look for the guy in front of you if there's something happening. If you look in the window, see Johnny?
Slow down, slow down, slow down.
Johnny was waving his hand, slow down, slow down, slow down. But Mark just didn't see him fast enough and got in the back of the 10 car.
And there's so little protection for the radiator up in the front of the car. That nose is just actually a piece of plexiglass, plastic, so as you can see, it's caved in back into the radiator.
Set to go racing. It's Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading. Tony Stewart now second. Rudd, Jarrett, Kenny Wallace. 29 cars on the lead lap at this point. Dale Jarrett getting a little antsy there, trying to find a way around his teammate Ricky Rudd. Taking a peek a couple of times. Just behind them, Kenny Wallace and Bobby Hamilton racing for fifth. Hamilton's team kind of a little renewed vigor this weekend. Signed a new sponsorship deal with Square D and Schneider Electric to carry them through the next 2 seasons. I talked with crew chief Jimmy Elledge this morning, and he said, we were nervous, and this has really given us a big pump up.
It seems like it, because this is the best the 55 the Square D car has run in the past several races, and he is really, truly a threat to win here this afternoon.
Of course, Bobby Hamilton in victory lane at Dover at Talladega earlier this season in mid-April, but his best finish since then in 17 races was a 13th place at Richmond a couple of weeks ago.
Bobby Hamilton's teammate Joe Nemechek, the Oakwoods car, is right behind him, and Nemechek had an unscheduled pit stop earlier and lost a lap, and he's now in 30th position, 1 lap down, but seems to be hanging in pretty well in those first 5 cars.
And now that Andy Petrie has sponsorship wrapped up for Bobby Hamilton's car, next task for him is to find backing for Joe Nemechek's for next year. And, you know, as a sidelight to what happened this past week, and all the economic uncertainties that seem to be facing a lot of industries in our country, these Winston Cup team owners now face even more questions in trying to secure those corporate sponsorships for 2002 and down the road. Really has been on a lot of people's mind all across the summer with all of the tragic events and the economic uncertainty that's brought about. It's brought that issue even more to some team owners' minds.
In talking with Andy earlier this weekend, he said they are very close to securing a sponsorship for that Joe Nemechek car, that 33 car right there.
Second place, Ricky Rudd reeling in Tony Stewart. And here he goes.
That looks strong.
That was so strong. And this is only 1 second, a little over a second behind the leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr. It's amazing, because just a couple laps ago, I thought really, I saw that battle between the 28 and 88, and I thought to myself, the 28's holding Dale Jarrett up, but not the case. After a couple of laps, this 28 car is really fast.
Tony Stewart has been perhaps the most dominant driver here at Dover over the last couple of years. He scored 2 wins in the last 4 races here. He's led 631 of 2,000 possible laps. And his career average finish at Dover is 3rd. 4th, 2nd, 1st, 1st, and 7th are his career finishes here. Check in on our leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr. with Dave Burns.
And remember, guys, he has a new friend riding with him this weekend, a volleyball named Wilson, kind of like Tom Hanks from the Castaway movie. The team thought he needed a buddy in there. And so today, he was giving water temperatures to his team, and he said it's about 220, guys. I'm not sure that's so good. I remember when 210 was bad. And then when the crew radioed back, they said, well, Wilson says it's okay. And Junior didn't know he had Wilson in the car. He couldn't see him. So they said, feel around behind your right hip. And sure enough, there was a deflated volleyball with a goofy face on it for Dale Jr. to ride with. And I guess now he believes his water temps are okay, too.
And you saw sitting beside him, Wilson, on the floor fan of the car, was his water thermos, his water jug. If he gets thirsty, there's a hose goes up to his helmet, and he can get him a drink of water.
Wilson looks just like Alan Bestwick.
Think so?
I think he does. You look like Castaway movie, Wilson. I thought it was a cool movie with Tom Hanks.
If you're going to say I look like Tom Hanks, I was going to slap you on the back and say thanks.
You know better than that.
Yeah, I know.
But you're about as old Tom Hanks. I hear you have a birthday coming up, the big 5-0.
5-0? No. That's one too many on that first digit, thank you. Yes,
Jeff Gordon has worked his way back up to the 8th position now, although he's over 6 seconds behind Dale Earnhardt Jr.
I am due for my midlife crisis at any moment now. Jeff Gordon has interesting would be the way to describe his day so far, huh? Dodged the first one, involved in the second one, started the third one, 3 incidents that he's been in.
We'll check and see how far Jeff Gordon is back from Dale Earnhardt Jr. And you see it's hanging at about 6.5 seconds.
Gordon has not yet led today. Both Ricky Rudd and Dale Jarrett have each led at least 1 lap to collect 5 bonus points toward the championship. And we've just crossed the 150-mile mark here in the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400 at Dover.